Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is the Two Old Farts coming at you. My name is Chuck.
I'm looking better looking at 2 old farts.
Hey, apologize for not doing an episode yesterday, everybody, on Sunday like we normally do. I went to a concert. I bought tickets for a concert to see Machine Head, Orbit Culture, Fear Factory, and Gates to Hell. And I bought a VIP upgrade to do hang out during the sound check, get to meet the band, get autographs, that kind of stuff. Well, late last week, I got an email from, saying, hey, show up at this date, this time for, the sound check. I had to be there at 1:30 yesterday afternoon to go in at 1:45. So, yeah, that's why we couldn't do that episode yesterday.
So tell me about that sound check. What does that mean?
Okay, so sound check, that's where, the bands, before they come on stage, after their equipment's been set up and their guitars have been tuned and the drums have been tuned, they come out and they practice songs and sing and get the levels adjusted, based on the venue. So if something's too loud, they turn it up. If something's too soft, or if something's too loud, they turn it down. If something's too soft, they push it up. But, they're constantly making adjustments even throughout the concert, because it's one thing to get a sound level while there's nobody in the arena or outside. But once you put people in there, that messes with the acoustics as well.
So when they're doing that, what were you doing? Were you able to give them some feedback?
No feedback. Usually there's no recording or talking to the band while they're rehearsing. I've been to a couple where the band is interacting with you while they're playing, and sometimes not. Yesterday, at the end, they said we could choose between this song or this song to hear. So, that's about it. But, man, it was loud in there. They played loud.
Yeah, I saw some of the stuff you posted on Facebook. Looked like you're having a good time.
Oh, yeah. I always have a good time at a rock show.
What kind of crowd do they have? Where was it at?
It was at the Aztec Theater downtown. The crowd, again, ranging all the way from young to, my age, because some of these bands have been around since the 90s. So it's definitely a late Gen X, early millennial type crowd that goes to, that kind of music. Or at least from that era, I should say. But yeah, it was loud. The band, Machine Head, they were the headliner, so that's who we got to hear during sound check. Yeah, it was really good.
So how was the rodeo trip? You and Brenda went to the rodeo, right?
Yeah, so Friday night, we got tickets to the rodeo to see Cheap Trick, and I'm surprised you don't really like that kind of music, because those guys are like pushing your age. I think the guitarist, Rick Nielsen, I think he's 75 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting pretty close there.
Yeah, but their music, it's not hard rock. It's definitely not pop music, but it's like power pop almost. And a lot of the bands, if you really listen to from the 70s, you can hear that 50s influence in their music.
Oh, yeah.
And even early punk rock music, you can definitely hear that 50s and early 60s vibe in the music. It's amazing if you delve into it and you listen, because a lot of those bands that started hard rock and heavy metal grew up on that blues-based music from the 40s and 50s. It really has a lasting effect on music today, even.
Yeah, it's amazing how those artists, how much respect they have for each other when they do. I was listening to Prime Country the other day, and they were talking about different artists doing other people's songs, and how they took it and made it even more popular, and just for the same song, with just a little bit of twist and stuff like that. Pretty interesting how the genres just kind of go from generation to generation, really. without too much. My problem is with my hearing loss. I like to hear the words, so I can't hear the words anymore. So I listen to the music. Sometimes the music is too loud, or so. But these new hearing aids I got, uh, actually pretty nice. They're supposed to automatically adjust to the sounds in the environment around you. So,
Did you get them adjusted and all that?
oh yeah. And then I saw Dr. Beatty, the audiologist, this time. Went in to have for a test to have been having a lot of dizzy spells and stuff like that. So they ended up doing a hearing test on me. So I have
Mm-hmm.
53% understanding ability in my right ear and 56% in my left ear. So that understanding sounds and words and stuff is kind of going away. But she gave me a device called Roger. It's a Roger mic. So, your mom and I, we like the certain shows we watch at night and stuff like that. So I turned Roger on, put it on her little table she has by her chair, and it
Mm-hmm.
picks up her voice. And then the TV's playing. And I don't know if it does it on purpose or if it's just the way it's built, but I'll hear her voice over the TV. So it makes it nice that we can have a conversation where before, you know how that went. Not very good because I hear it because what I heard was the TV because it was louder than her, whatever. So that's a pretty nice device that they gave me. I have no complaints about the service I get from the VA. So, and the new hearing aids are really nice, and went back and got them adjusted a little bit, and so we'll see how it goes. We got a concert coming up here pretty soon, right? April, May, something like that.
Oh man, I got another concert this Friday. So yeah, I had Cheap Trick on Friday, Machine Head Sunday. Friday, I've got Godsmack. Then the next Friday, Brendan and I are going to go see Band of Heathens. And then Saturday, I got another concert. And then after Saturday, on Wednesday of the following week in March, I got Brian Setzer with Brenda. Then on Friday, got Municipal Waste. So yeah, I got a lot. And then a week and a half after that, the Descendants and the Circle Jerks, some more punk rock in March. But you and I and Mom don't have anything until April, I think.
Yeah, I think sometime about the latter part of April, something like that. We have.
Yeah, Blackberry Smoke.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. They're a good group.
Yeah, they're
First,
like I said, they fuse that country and that rock together with a little bit of that soul mixed in there. It's just, man, people, if you do not know Blackberry Smoke, you need to go check them out. They are
yeah,
just
you and
awesome.
I think you took me once before to hear them, and I wasn't too
Yeah,
keen.
it was either last year or the year before. We all went. You, me, Mom, and Brenda. We saw them
Yeah,
at Floors.
they're good. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I know Mom enjoys herself at Floors, especially sitting at the VIP table drinking her bourbon and cokes.
Yes, yeah, she's a lot of
She does
fun.
enjoy a good bourbon.
So weather's getting nicer, so now we start getting out a little bit wider. This cold weather. That's why I was out in the backyard today. The Pride of Barbados. Your mom has about 7 or 8, 9 of those things out there, and of course, right now they're all dead. So in the
You had to cut them back.
winter, late winter, which is really kind of now in this area, so cut them back today. So the next couple of days, I'll put them in my recycle bin and put them out because my recycle bin is full of leaves from last week. So recycle gets picked up tomorrow, but so I'm not cutting those things back. Then this year, your mom has some ferns and some other plants and stuff like that. So in early December, I put those in the garage. So when the
Mm-hmm.
weather got cold, they wouldn't die and stuff like that. So they're really nice. So I put those out today and watered them, fed them a little bit. And so this week I was getting ready for my spring. So the weather looks pretty good for the rest of the month here in San Antonio. In March, actually, the predictions is no cold, no freeze are projected right now. So
Really?
just trying to get ahead of the game a
Okay.
little bit. 'Cause I like working in the yard.
Oh yeah.
So,
So yeah, I'm looking forward to the weather. Like you said, getting nicer, getting a little warmer. Maybe you, me, Brenda, and Mom can go make a trip up to this distillery, Andalusia of
oh, that'd be
281. Yeah, it's right next to Real Brewing, which I think we all went to a few years ago.
and especially those wineries. Those are really nice. You get some nice tours and stuff
Are you
like
gonna
that.
try the wine, Dad? Are you gonna drink it?
Huh?
You gonna drink any of the wine?
No, I'll drink a little beer while you guys drink a little wine.
Well, why go to a winery if you're not gonna try it?
Because I go for the company. I go for the fun.
I need to record your face again, like when you tried that Bloody Mary. We gotta do what we gotta do for social media to get the likes and the listeners. We gotta do whatever we gotta entertain the troops.
Yeah, I got to get with you too. I went on those links that you gave me. I'm not sure I understand what to do with those things. I was going to put up some on our last post podcast. I did post on Facebook a couple things. I got a couple people that responded and stuff like that. So
Yeah, but I think you responded as yourself and not as the two old farts.
right. So I got
Yeah.
just
So you have the usernames and you have the passwords. So when you log in, you use that username and that password. So
well.
when you post something, it's not Lou Corbett, it's the two old farts.
So that means here one day here pretty soon, I want to come over and we'll have to have a couple of beers and you show me how to do this stuff.
The
You
last
have
thing we
some,
need to do is drink and do podcasts and social media. We got a hard enough time doing it now as it is, man.
Sometimes those
And
old farts, you got to slap them around a little bit before we understand what the hell you're doing.
I don't know, man. It's rough.
Uh,
But in typical fashion, the numbers have gotten better since we've been more consistent. Imagine that people actually want to listen to a podcast that posts regularly. It's like, why be emotionally invested in somebody and what they have to say if you don't post anything?
I know we got two listeners in Georgia, two new listeners in Georgia. I don't know if you
Who
remember
would that be?
Tony. I don't remember if you remember Tony Lamarca or not. He was
Yeah, I remember the name.
name. Yeah, he was on our flight in Japan.
Right.
Actually, he was stationed in Montgomery with us too. He was he was a big buddy with Maynard and stuff like that. And then he actually coached the basketball team for us. That last year we were over there with the Little League basketball team. But anyway, he and his wife listened to us in Georgia, and we've been texting back and forth here lately, and they enjoyed the podcast. So I'm trying to hopefully
Okay.
they'll spread the word around a little bit down Valdosta area. And if you're looking for a good realtor, look up Tony Lamarca if you're in the Valdosta area. You'll find
Okay.
can't find nobody better to handle your real estate business for you. I guarantee you. Honest as the day is long. So
So far this month, we've had 54 downloads. I think it is. Like you said, Georgia, Florida, Pennsylvania, Kansas, Illinois. Who else? Georgia, Indiana, Oklahoma, Virginia, Alaska, California, New York,
okay.
Canada. We had another download from Ontario, so maybe it's that same fan from Canada that we've had for the last couple of months. Get this, we had a download from the Bahamas,
Oh wow.
another one from the UK, and from right there in Eastern Europe, Poland.
right.
I don't know if these people are finding us accidentally, if deliberately. I don't know, but I'll take it.
Absolutely. Send us some feedback. Let us know.
Yeah, hit us up on the socials. My dad would be on more if he knew what he was doing. So if you got some feedback to help him, by all means, send it to him.
Absolutely.
The easiest way is, the Two Old Farts on. Look for us on Facebook. The Two Old Farts on Instagram, Twitter. We're there, or even on Twitch TV, Twitch.tv. Matter of fact, this stream is going out live right now as I speak.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. How many downloads we had so far?
Total downloads for the podcast would be, we're creeping up on 3,300. We've got 3,263 all-time downloads.
Okay.
So there's only been 2 days this month where there hasn't been any downloads, and that was February 2nd and February 7th. Every other day since then has had at least
maybe
2 downloads on average.
We need to do a beer toast next weekend, Saturday and Sunday when we do this.
Yeah, what beer do you want to drink?
Well, I'm going to drink a little Yuengling, a little Shiner.
You can branch out and try something else too.
I gotta support these local boys. Drink that Shiner beer. Keep them rich guys rich.
I hear you.
I've been drinking. I don't know how to pronounce it. Groslish.
Grolsch, Dad. My God, you sound like a damn hick.
Yeah, that
tongue kind of gets his Alabama accent.
That tongue gets in the way sometimes. Don't know what the hell.
Well, you gotta try.
But that's pretty good. But I like that Yuengling beer. They've been around for a long time, over 100 years, I guess.
That's America's oldest brewery.
Yeah. So, got to keep them going. Got to keep that history going. Speaking of history,
you need to start drinking some of that bourbon you got.
Yeah, I'm saving that for whenever I'm no longer around. I can pass that around to the family. You can add it to your collection.
I got enough to drink.
You got some nice stuff.
Yeah, I think so. I'm really happy to have found some Blantons. Some of the harder stuff to find, like Weller's, LaRue, Stag. That stuff's getting hard to find here in Texas, and it's getting super expensive on the secondary market.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to go befriend everybody at all of the liquor stores and hope and pray that they get something and then hold it behind the shelves and then, call you when they get something. So you can get it. Because what normally would cost $40 sometimes may cost $200 on the secondary market.
We got what's the brewery that the whiskey up there we went to? We bought some whiskey once. Made that trip a couple times.
Garrison Brothers.
Yeah, we need to make a trip up there too.
Are you going to try the whiskey?
Probably. Well, whenever we go, I always drink a little whiskey there.
Well, you got to drink the whiskey when you go someplace, and you got to drink the beer too when you go there.
Yep. Well, we got a little something here. I'm gonna give a little shout out to your cousin Aubrey. She's been coaching her daughter's volleyball team for the last about 3 or 4 weeks now. Well, this Saturday they finally got it together and really started working like a team, and they actually won both their ball games Saturday.
All right.
So Aubrey, give her a shout out. Then Matt, her husband, his oldest daughter, or his oldest daughter, she's a Marine out in Camp Pendleton. She just made sergeant, so his mom and sister was there. This weekend they're all going out. I think this week and next weekend, pin a stripes on when she got promoted to sergeant in the Marine Corps out at
Yeah,
Camp
making
Pendleton.
starting, that's a big deal.
Yeah, especially in the Marine Corps, and she's in cybersecurity. She's really doing well. So
That's real good.
give Chloe a shout out. Maybe I get the word out. Maybe we get some Marines out there in California to listen to us.
I don't know if we would be their cup of tea. We're kind of old. We're not too hip on any of that stuff that these people would care about.
Yeah, but we can simplify.
Oh man, sorry about that, people. Yawning.
Yeah,
I got some good sleep last night, man.
yeah. I thought maybe we were going to do this a little bit later, so that's why I got out in the backyard early today to start doing that stuff. And next thing you know, time
I thought
catches
you
up
were going
with
to
me.
want to do it sooner. I
Yeah,
texted you, hours go by, you didn't text me back.
that's because I'm out in the backyard. When I'm out there, I don't take the phone with me. So,
Mm-mm-mm.
but I'm gonna tell you,
Old
I
people doing
remember
old people things.
saw that thing you sent me that Nick Saban's got a new book coming out, and Miss Terry wrote the forward to it. It looks
Yep,
like
she
that might
sure
be a
is.
good book. And basketball team doing good. They're back in the lead in the SEC for basketball. And I'm gonna tell you, the girls softball team, they're 10-0. They're off to a good start this year.
Let's hope they can finish well. It ain't how you start, it's how you finish.
Well, I think they will. They got Kayla Broad, hired her as a catcher. She's All American from Alabama a few years ago, and she's been broadcast on the softball games and stuff like that. They hired her as a coach, so things are looking pretty good.
All right, let's hope so.
Yeah, and I think Texas State their softball did pretty good this past weekend too.
They're softball or baseball?
The well, I know they played baseball play, but I didn't get a chance to look at that. But I know last time I was checking the softball, they were doing pretty good. I like to watch the girls softball. They get into it.
Yeah, they do.
They talk a lot of trash. They they make it fun to watch.
I think baseball starts this week for Texas State. I think it starts February 20th.
Okay, so a lot of the softball games are like those are tournaments,
Oh,
preseason tournaments type thing. So
I take that back. It started earlier this month.
yeah,
It started,
I thought they played last past weekend.
yeah, it started the 16th. Was that Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they were playing Youngstown State.
How'd that game turn out?
They were on the road.
Okay.
Um, let's see. They've won 3 in a row,
All
all against
right.
Youngstown State.
Off to a good start then. So sometimes you got to get
Well,
that
they're
momentum.
yeah.
You get,
So yeah,
you
they
get,
won 20-2, 6-1, and 11-1. So they just got done playing today, or yesterday rather,
yeah.
and then they play TCU on Tuesday. Then Kansas, Kentucky, Washington State, and then Prairie View A&M.
Well, what do you think about our Washington State was a defensive coordinator that decided to go to the NFL?
You mean the offensive coordinator?
Offensive coordinator, yeah, Grubb.
Yeah, I was. Oh man, I was really tore up about that. I was really looking forward to what he was going to be able to bring to the program, and And as a matter of fact, that hurt us. We were predicted to be third or fourth in the preseason, and we've fallen all the way to ninth because of that.
Yeah. I forgot who they hired.
I don't think they've hired an offensive coordinator yet. They just hired an offensive line coach,
Right.
but and another position. I don't think it was quarterback. But yeah, it ain't looking. It's going to be a rough year next year. Let's just put it that way. We need to temper our expectations, if you will. And because when you lose coaches, you lose recruits and you lose players.
Yeah, I don't think you need to temper your expectations. You just need to have more understanding with those expectations. You need to keep the expectations high, but you need to understand when you don't meet them that it's okay. You're building towards it. That's what I liked about Auburn's and what they've been doing the last couple of weeks, just watching them play volleyball, watching the girls play. The other coach that you had was doing well. She's a mom, and I don't know anything about it, but what a reason Aubrey started coaching. And of course, Aubrey played in high school, and she did very well. And I'm not sure about college, but you start to see the girls playing as a team. And you start seeing the enthusiasm and their attitude just, even though they haven't been winning, and those the games that I saw, I hadn't been watching all of them, they like a 5, 6, 8, 10-point deficit, in the scores and stuff like that. But Saturday, watching those girls play and see it come together as a team, that's what makes it fun. And so if you know somebody's out there and you got some nephews or nieces or whatever, or friends, go support them. Those kids need it. It's good for them. It's life lessons they're learning.
Oh, most definitely. Well, so let me see where we're at. We have been rambling on for 27 and a half minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for not having anything to talk about, I think we're doing pretty good. I think we've kind of fallen into a rhythm.
Well, I'm going to get something up for next week when we start talking. Have a little bit more. So, anyway. Okay.
All righty. We don't want to belabor the point and get too much silence on the line. It's been good talking to you, Dad.
Same here. I'm going to get ready to go get something to eat here. Your mom's been pushing me all afternoon something to eat. And I said, all right, let me finish this. And so.
We need to have her on as a guest.
Maybe you ought to talk to her. Maybe you talk her into it. Can I guarantee you?
We'll tell her we'll put her off camera. We'll put her off camera so she'll feel better.
Put her off to the side and let her talk, right?
Yeah, because you know how shy she is until she gets to talking. Then next thing you know, we got a 2-hour-long podcast. Then we talked about nothing for 2 hours.
She'd be fun to have on. Maybe get her and Brenda on one day.
Oh, Lord. It would turn into how bad we are and how lucky we are to be married.
Well, you're right there. We're very lucky that we have who we have.
Amen to that.
They support us and keep us on the right path.
And tolerate us.
Yes, they do.
So shout out to all the wives out there. Thank you for putting up with your husbands.
All right. We'll see you next time.
All right, Dad. Love you.
Yeah, I love you too. Have a good one.
Thanks. And to everybody out there, thank you. Thank you for downloading and listening. We truly enjoy you all. Thank you. Yes, we do.
Appreciate it. It means a lot to us.
Yeah, it does. All right. Y'all take care.
Have a good one. See ya.
All right. Bye.